Hello there and welcome to my reactions to A Robot Teaches Me Boxing by Michael Reeves. Um, I think I did reactions of Michael Reeves before, but I watched a lot of his videos before I did any reactions. I think. But I enjoy the channel. I love Michael Reeves. I think he's a very smart and funny guy. And I also saw him box on that Creator Clash, is that what it was called? And he was good. I mean, he trained a lot and all that stuff, so worth it. But let's see what he's been doing for the last 7-ish months. That's what it says on the screen. So like, comment, subscribe, become a member. Let's begin. Just why not?
Yep, that's me. I've been learning boxing recently, and aside from the brain damage, it's
Recently.
gone pretty good. I've been a little slow to pick it up, maybe on account of all the brain damage, but we have more important questions to ask, like where am I? Why am I learning to box? And where am I? A couple months ago, iDubbbz asked me if I wanted to be part of this boxing tournament thing called Creator Clash.
So did this video start before
is what I thought in my
the
head.
Creator
But
Clash?
for a second, the surrealness of the situation
Probably not.
overwhelmed me. I've been watching iDubbbz since I was in like middle school, and he was asking me to do a boxing tournament. It may as well have been like a mass hallucination for all I was aware, and I just said yes. So I'm guess I'm doing it. The only
So an
problem
accidental
is
yes,
I'm
okay.
really bad at boxing. So don't know what I'm gonna do about that. This is what we're gonna use. It's called a TENS unit. It's meant to treat like pain in old people, but if you crank it all the way
Okay.
up,
It's an
it makes
electroshock.
you involuntarily flex whatever muscles it's attached to. So let me show you how we're gonna use it. If you look, a single TENS unit can't do much. It can only really make you move one muscle at a time. But if I strap a whole bunch of them to different arm muscles and activate them at just the right times, it
Okay.
will force me to punch so I can train
He
for my
used this
boxing
before,
match
right?
without even
Or something
thinking about
similar to it?
So first, we gotta figure out how to control these guys with the computer. Because the way it normally works is you twist these little TENS
To make
unit,
himself tallest, I
nipples
think
with
that
your
was the
fingers, but we
same
can't just
thing.
have someone standing here doing that the whole time. So let's take it apart and see how it works. It turns
Actually,
out
probably
that
half
what's
his
under the
videos
dials
used it
is not
something like
nipples,
this.
but potentiometers, the nipples of electronics. The way these guys work is they limit the flow of electricity going through them based on how much you turn this little dial. It's kind of like a sink. The more you turn the faucet on, the more electrons can flow through the pipes. Now you might be wondering how that potentiometer works with the rest of the circuit as a whole. I don't fucking know. I didn't go to school for electrical engineering. I didn't go to school for anything. That's where this guy comes in. This is a digital potentiometer. It does the same thing a potentiometer does, but you can control it with code. And bing bang boom, now we should be able to control the TENS unit with a shitty, bitty piece of software that just says to turn the resistance way down. Oh my god, that's so weird. On? I'm not moving my, well, I am moving my arm, but like, I'm not trying to move my arm. What we're doing? Boxing, right. The next step
brain
was to
damage,
research
yes.
the biokinematics of the human body so that I could program the TENS units to train me for my fight. Which muscles are used? When should they be activated? To answer this, we'll study anatomy, physiology, and oh, never mind. Turns out you just have to shock yourself all over your body, testing different muscles, and write down what happens. These are the 4 muscles you need for a punch, all right?
It's probably the
bicep
best way to
first,
do it.
You know, get the arm up.
Not the safest.
Deltoid to bring your shoulder into the mix, but you can't just be doing that. You gotta mix in the pec. So it brings the arm in like that, right? Prime punching position. Then you cancel bicep. I turned it up on accident. You cancel bicep and then hit him with the tricep and bang! And it looks like that. It looks like
Yeah, that
that's a
doesn't.
punch.
That's not gonna
Whoa,
work.
Slow down there, bucko. Are you turning the dials manually? That's a bit cringe, isn't it? Come on,
Coding
guy, let's
time?
write some code to automate that. It'll be easy. Start with a little user interface, just somewhere to customize the timings of your moves. That was easy, right? It only took six days. Took a little longer than expected.
Yeah.
That's okay. But this is
Actually,
gonna
less
need
than I
backend,
expected.
Like a server to talk to the front end.
But I guess he
library
knows how
here,
to
a little
code.
post request down here. Now you need another server to process those moves. This server will live on the Raspberry Pi and control the outputs of the TENS units based on the move data that it gets from the other server. But then, of course, you need another piece of software to control all of this stuff, right? So the client connects to the TENS control server, and then the TENS control server will get to the move control server. All right, everything's hooked up. Let's see if it works. What? Oh, the tricep and bicep were firing at the same time. So instead of like doing this or this, it was just locking the arm and the muscles were trying to pull themselves off of my bones. So we'll make it not do that.
Okay. That kind of happened.
Holy fuck! Did you see that? Oh! Oh! That almost went through the fucking bag. Must have been 5 or 6 kilometers an hour. Yes! Yes! Yes!
Wow, alright.
I'm gonna be a
Yeah, it
boxing
is.
god. I'm gonna fucking lose. What the fuck?
You're gonna die.
A little asthma for you, a little JOI, if you know what I mean. All right, I hooked up this Xbox controller to be able to control me,
Okay.
and I've been working on this like Rock'em Sock'em Robot type game for like a visual indicator. So when the guy punches in the game, it punches in real life. But then that got me thinking, it would be better for my training if I was fighting someone, like in Rock'em Sock'em Robots. And it would be
Okay,
cool if
sure.
you could move the players forward and backwards with the controller, like in Rock'em Sock'em Robots. But for that, we would need 2 human-sized moving platforms on a rail system, like this one that I built. I could explain how the pistons and electronics work, but the video is getting kind of boring.
Okay.
So controller, press joystick on controller, make... Now, realistically, we'll have someone else controlling us, because our arm's gonna be strapped. And we're gonna
At
be
this
punching.
point, just put an arm
I
forward
already
and
know
do
talking to my
that.
friends over to test this
I
thing
guess
out.
it's not-
I'll probably have to lie to them about what it
He
is.
can have
Who's
that
gullible
in
enough to
boxing.
believe me?
That's a lot of people.
Jesus Christ.
I said it was a
Okay.
boxing robot. You are the boxing robot. It's you. Oh, hey guys. We're gonna have to strap a lot.
And I immediately forgot his name.
Worst case scenario, you step down here and it slices your Achilles. But
Oh, it's I did a thing.
you guys are going at first.
I'm so excited to see how good this is.
Above the chest is like not good because he'll heart. He'll heart. Which side's the
I
heart?
can't remember his name. Why can't I remember the guy on the left?
Yeah, that's probably fine. And I think you're ready. Fuck yeah, dude. Okay, controls. Jab is
God
A,
damn it,
and your
my
heavy
brain is
attack
so...
B.
I have brain
You
damage.
hurt them more when you use it?
I don't know. Movement is your left analog stick. This? Yeah, so you're controlling.
Yeah. Identical.
Oh my god, the fucking seatbelt exploded. I don't think I've ever seen a seatbelt explode like that.
You guys ready
Okay.
to do some punching? You guys ready to train? You gotta train for boxing, right? You can just start fighting.
Can we like ease them in?
One of you just hit A.
Good or bad?
I mean, it was like I was possessed.
So are you ready for
That's how that works, yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Things are really heating up in the FTX arena.
okay.
Brought to you by fucking FaZe Clan and Juicero. I did a thing versus Boy Boy. Who will come out on
Boy
top?
Boy.
3, 2, 1.
I don't know who that
fight.
is.
The machine is working perfectly.
One of the
I
things he
think.
could have done maybe to shock the arm to the fist.
Dude, we should make a safe word.
There's too many muscles to do that.
And yeah, there are a couple kinks to work out, but that's how innovation is done. You're looking at the future of boxing. This
Wow,
is really
it
close,
actually works.
I can't believe how well it worked.
How do you feel? How do you feel about your boxing form?
I liked my left. I thought you did well on the left. You landed some good headshots. I feel like a boxer.
Feel like a boxer,
world
yeah.
champion.
See, that's what I'm saying. You don't even need to focus on your form when someone else can do it for you.
I would
Osman.
like to get off this thing.
William Osman? God, it took forever.
Better than I ever hoped. It was time for me to try it out. Not being strapped in, it's still incredibly dangerous. I'm gonna try the controller.
Who wants me and who wants Michael?
I don't want Michael.
Fucking jab, Nigel! Come on, yeah! Hook him! That was good offense on that. Yeah, right attack.
No dick shot.
Dick shot! Go for a spear attack.
I'm going for heavy attack.
Yeah! And listen, the controller is awesome, but weirdly they wanted to stop, so it's my turn next.
I think I've seen that guy that was on the right side.
So that you're ready for
On Linus Tech Tips channel, maybe?
It's hard to describe what this feels like.
Not
It's
wrong.
kinda
I've
like
seen them
100
somewhere.
bees working together to control your arm, which is what I assume boxing feels like. So I think this is good practice for my fight. Who won that round?
Holy shit.
I'm gonna go limp.
You got great form there, Michael. This is looking really good.
That's for the dick punches.
Oh, that was my ribs. And with my boxing training nearly complete, it's time to invite over my coach to show him my progress.
Wow. Nice forced
This is my
kiss.
coach, Michael Quick. He's a professional boxer and has been overseeing my training for the past 5 months. But with any luck, my machine will phase out the need for a human coach. But then this will
Okay.
force your muscles to come up. You know what I mean?
Oh, and Toast is there too.
Clearly terrified of this machine, I'm going to prove its effectiveness to my coach by facing my biggest opponent yet.
Rodent.
I don't know about this one, coach. He's kind of got a lot of height on me. We're gonna fuck him up. That's true. Height doesn't mean shit. Height does, in fact, mean shit.
More like a reach.
What the fuck are you doing?
We're going for the kill.
Fuck! I'm not even close to it!
I'm getting the hang of the controls.
He was getting a hang of the controls. In fact, I'm convinced he forgot that he wasn't playing a video game.
Oh shit.
You're pressing so many buttons! But then it clicked.
Get on.
Oh no. Oh. Wow.
3 hours to edit that. Do you think this is a good
Probably
training
less than I
mechanism
would
for
have done.
boxers? That's right. He's so impressed that he can't even summon words.
Yeah, he
Now
can't
it's time to
speak.
ask him
He's
the most important
speechless.
question of all. Do you think I'm ready for Creator Clash?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Perfect, because at this point, Creator Clash was only 5 days away. So I packed my bags,
So,
headed to the airport, and
Did this
got on
video
a flight
actually
to Florida.
happen before the Creator Clash?
There's supposed to be footage here, but I didn't get any. The thought of the fight was really setting in at this point. I was getting really scared. Like, I've never done anything like that. It's, like, it just became so real once I landed that I just stopped doing stuff. And the night of the fight came up fast.
Understandable.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to sunny Tampa, Florida. We're bringing it to you in 2022 for the Creator Clash.
I wasn't really talking to anyone. I
Okay.
was just sitting and watching all the other fights on the TV, and that was making it way worse. I was getting really nervous. Mine was coming soon, so I started getting warmed up. I was fully zoned out. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. It didn't really matter. I was up next. So they walked me over to the prep room, and I had to get interviewed and warm up the camera, and I was just pacing around the room so
Toilet.
much, like a goblin.
How do you feel?
I feel better. Better than a little earlier.
A little earlier.
You know, I'm alright.
He's pumped.
But then the guy came in, and he walked me over to the arena, and then it was time to fight.
It's a fine grind, clearing out my cash line, speeding up my RAM time, coordinated light lines. If you need to move, I recommend computer.
Are they fighting for the rights to the goldfish?
Cute groove, like I bet you never knew.
What is it called?
Did you?
Forgot. Broker? Broker goldfish? He did receive a few punches, but I think his punches were more powerful overall.
That is the face of someone who never has to do boxing ever again. I was so fucking
Well,
glad for it to be
we'll
over.
see.
And God bless my opponent, my friend Graham, who I know was just as nervous as I was, still got in the ring and still hit me in the face a bunch of times. Also, bonus, I won. And yeah, maybe it's because I had a Golden Gloves winning coach come over to my house 6 times a week and train me. Maybe it's because he made me
Damn,
eat
6
chicken
times
and
a
rice
week.
every fucking day. Maybe it's because he made me run up a goddamn mountain every other week. Or maybe it's because he's a great coach and a great friend. But I'm pretty sure it's because of the boxing robot. Look at this
Yeah,
thing. Look how fucking
definitely
sick this
because
thing
of the
looks.
robot.
Thanks for watching the video. I'm wearing a mask because the garage just flooded and I'm pretty sure there's mold
Oh.
growing in the walls. I wouldn't worry about it. Anyway, if you liked the video, like
Oh.
it. If you didn't, dislike
That's
it.
not
It's
good.
like we can see those anymore. And thanks again for watching me box. I am done with boxing forever until the end of eternity. But some say future YouTube boxers are using this breakthrough technology to train, to practice, to prepare
What a
for
shot.
the next Creator Clash.
So
Oh,
white,
hey, didn't
goddamn.
see you there. I was just on my way to deliver the best Christmas present of them all.
Okay.
That's right, a sponsorship
Oh, it
read
fell
to you
over.
by a shitty YouTuber on the internet. What's this?
ExpressVPN?
It's ExpressVPN. Have you ever been on Starbucks Wi-Fi? You could be looking
No.
for porn, you could not be looking for porn. But you see this. It's fucking Minesweeper, but for Wi-Fi networks. But instead of exploding, the mines take your credit card information. These fake Wi-Fi networks are really easy for an attacker to set up. All it takes is some cheap equipment. And once you connect, the person controlling the network can run attacks to grab info from you. Like
Never
account
used any
logins,
kind of public
passwords, credit
Wi-Fi.
cards. That's why it helps to have the ExpressVPN app. It encrypts all of your network traffic so that you don't have to worry about anyone seeing your information, even if you're on like a
Still
sketchy
need
Wi-Fi
VPN quite badly, really.
Boom, bada, bang, good.
A lot
On top
of
that,
sites are
ExpressVPN
banned
can change your
right
online
now.
location, which can give you access to thousands more TV shows that aren't allowed
And more
in
to
the
come.
country. So if I switch to India, I can watch season
to
3 of Demon
leave.
Slayer, which isn't out in the US yet, or I could watch Squid Games. Or if I switch to Japan, I can see a bunch more recent anime, or watch Squid Games. Or I could be in Canada and watch our Squid Games from Canada. Watching Netflix without ExpressVPN is like hiring a prostitute, but only being allowed to talk to them all night.
Squid Game available only.
Netflix. Why not see all it has to offer? So if any of
Or
that
not
sounds good to you,
available
go
only
to
in the US.
expressvpn.com
That every other country
/Reef to
has
see how
it.
You can get 3 months for free. That's the end of the video.
Russian gamers. Netflix is blocked in Russia fully, so VPN would have been helpful, but also there's no way to pay. It doesn't matter. Good video. Fantastic video. Cool idea and kind of well implemented for what it is. Like, there's no way to do a proper punch, probably with just some electrode. I don't know. With just some muscle stimulation with electricity. Maybe there is. And just because it's this goblin that did it, it worked like that and not as good. My favorite part of that was the moving thing, though. Moving thing was a thing he just glossed over. Oh yeah, I built that. And it was nothing. And then he was talking about the code more, and that it took him 6 days to make it. And like, I guess 5 minutes to build and connect the controller to the moving platform that he put himself, well, not himself, the two platforms, 2 people on it with 2 controllers. I don't know. It's just cool. Anyway, thank you, everybody who watched this. I appreciate it a lot. I hope to see you next time, and goodbye. Have a great life, because one of us has to.